All right, everyone, we are readying up. Everyone is at the grid in the final race of the season. We have the most competitors we've had in the entire season. We are back in Abu Dhabi for the championship race, the 8th race, the final race of the season. It looks like we have 9 races today. All right, it's lights out and away we go. Very tight pack as we enter the first sector. This is a very tight circuit here in Abu Dhabi, the UAE Grand Prix. Versus using a little more curb than other people, and very tight, very tight pack. The first 4 positions right now. McLaren with racing points and the Williams. Youth is very fast. The McLarens are very fast. The racing points are also very fast. Balls in P5 at the moment. Everyone using a bit of the curb on there. Ball swinging outwards. A little off track. Youth currently has the fastest first sector in P3 at the moment. Verse is in the lead, head of the pack, pulling away on the DRS straight. Look at that speed. That aero setup is great on the straight. Kyle honestly doesn't need to worry, just needs to have a pretty solid race all around, and he's guaranteed for a championship win. Any way that this plays out, McLaren has already won the championship, so it's just the rest of the pack. Let's determine what's going to happen at in this race. Admiral, in his first race of the season, his debut for Williams, as we start lap 2, Youth has the fastest lap of the race. He is gaining very quickly on Verse, who's in the racing point, braking a little later, goes a little deeper into the the corner as Verse takes a bit more of the curb there. Kyle has the new fastest first sector as Youth slides off the track. Balls does as well. Pulsar followed by Admiral in the Stevens, the Haas of Pulsar is being tailed by the Williams, and the Williams is pulling away on the straights. What immense speed. Pulsar just is not very fast on the straights as Cody goes off track for a bit. He's tailed by West at the moment in P9. Verse is pretty comfortable in the lead at the moment. Youth is trying to get that position back from Kyle at the moment. Not sure how he overtook him, but Drago in P4 at the moment, starting lap 3, followed closely by Balls, then Admiral in the Williams, and Pulsar very close behind in the Haas. Verse has a new fastest lap on his 3rd lap. Looking to keep the streak alive with a win here in Abu Dhabi. Kyle is being tailed by Youth in this one. This podium is filled with some very, very talented racers as Drago, he's going a little crazy on these turns, and Drago retires from the race. He has to leave from the race. Oh no. Verse sets a new fastest first sector, and that is very unfortunate for Racing Point. Now, Verse is the only Racing Point on the track. Youth is in P2 at the moment. Kyle is looking to gain on him on the straights. Braking a little later on the very, very tight 3 corners there. Balls follows through those 3 corners. A little sloppy there, but nonetheless it still worked. Admiral a little slower through those corners as well. And Pulsar is very slow through this corner at the moment. West is gaining on him as he loses the positions to he loses 2 positions to the Ferrari and the Williams of Admiral. Admiral is having a pretty solid debut for his first race with Williams at the moment. Youth sets a new fastest lap as we start lap 4. And Verse messes up on the exit of that one, and it looks like Youth is in first place at the moment, followed by Verse, who is trying to get that position back. Kyle in P3, solid in the podium right now. Balls in P4, falling behind on that DRS straight. Admiral is close behind the Ferrari, who is pulling away at the moment. The Ferrari does seem more powerful than than the Williams. Just a little bit more driver error, I believe. Onto the DRS straight. Verse did have a little bit of a cut. Not sure how that happened. He got a little bit of a penalty, but he is back in first place, followed closely by Youth. As we start the final lap, let us see how things turn around here. Youth sets a new fastest lap in P2. He is following Verse very closely, who is in the racing point at the moment. Weaving through this first sector. Kyle pretty close behind, about 3.7 seconds behind, as Verse slides a little bit onto the track. Youth takes advantage, faster on the exit, faster weaving through these corners, taking the inside, and he is back into first place. They are fighting wheel to wheel at the moment. Onto the DRS zone, finishing up sector 1. Kyle follows behind in the DRS straight. Balls as well in P4. Let's see how things play out. Youth is back in first position and is pulling away on the straight. No, Verse is catching up. No, not quite. Yes, Verse is catching up at the straight. They break about the same time, and Youth with a lot of curb. Verse with a little bit of a skid there, but readjusting. Youth through the final corner, and it looks like Youth will win this one. What a close race as they both cross the line. Williams wins the race in P1. Verse takes P2, but Kyle crosses the line, finishing his final race, winning the championship here in Abu Dhabi. What a race. Balls crosses the line as well in P4. McLaren has won the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari crosses the line in P5. Pulsar in P6. And Admiral in his first race in the Williams crossing the line in P7. We are waiting on West, who is about to cross the line in P8 in the Brand Star. And that concludes the season. McLaren has won the Constructors' Championship, and Kyle has won the championship for McLaren. What a race. Youth won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and Verse placed second on the podium. Kyle, another podium in P3. Not exactly his best race, but it did suffice as he wins the championship here in Abu Dhabi. What a race all around. Unfortunately, Drago did have to leave. Not sure what happened there, but yes, that concludes this broadcast. What a race. Oh, one last thing. Admiral with his debut for the Williams on his outlap at the moment. Did pretty solid, placing 7th in the race. Yeah, that concludes this broadcast and the season. Best wishes to all our spectators, and see you next season.